She fluent in that cash talk. Walk in the booth like Naomi on the catwalk. And tell them bitches whoop whoop from the Jaguar. It ain't even right though. Push me and I might go. She ain't getting money. I'm like, what the fuck the hype for? When them bitches bite flow, make my appetite go. Poof, gone, voila, magic. Looking mad good just to pull up on them rampant.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I'm your host, Jamila.
And I'm your host, Mecca.
And we're back with just us. We know you guys be yelling at us about all these guests. Y'all don't want us to elevate. Y'all want us to just be bootu-bata. But we are back with our regular scheduled programming, but we are in person.
We are. These chairs are not thick bitch friendly. I am.
My butt's hanging out the back.
And I'm just spilling up here. They're going to start calling me obese in a second. We are back and we are in person.
Yes. How does it feel to be in person? Do you like the in-person episodes?
Yes and no. I like the convenience of our FaceTime our in-home
studios.
Our in-home studios.
Yes.
It's really convenient. Those episodes, at least, I don't edit nothing. We had an editor, Jamila will edit, but from what I'm seeing, those are easier to edit versus...
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. So that's why I said, that's why I said that it just seemed to me to be easier logistically.
No, it's not actually. What would be the most easiest is if our audio is synced to our video during production. No matter what, we have to sync the audio. We still have 3 different camera files as far as visuals. Still got to sync 2 different audio files. It's quite literally the exact same
amount of work.
I would say probably this might be a little bit better because we can catch issues quicker versus virtually we won't know until we know. I mean, we had a producer, so it was a little different. She kind of could catch some stuff. But yeah, I mean.
That's what I'm saying. I think I would consider this easier once we have everything in place where it's not all us, but more so Jamila doing a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff. Then I think it'll be more of like a smooth
Yes, and we're getting a team.
You see what I'm saying?
We actually have a team pending. I'm going to put it in the works. We have a
put it up in the air,
team
manifest
pending.
it.
And so I think things will be a little bit more smooth. But yeah, anyways, we're back. Regular scheduled programming, just me and Mecca onto the camera, talking to you guys like you guys love so much. And we're going to get into some things.
We have some liquor.
Yes, we do.
We have a lot of liquor, actually.
St. Julian Distillery Caramel Apple Whiskey. What's that over there?
This is their sweet red wine, and then we got the sweet rosé wine. And then up here we got the sparkling
peachy. This is the peach one. And one thing about me, I'm a sweet wine drinker. I don't do all that bitter.
I do like a dry situation because dry wine is what gets you fucked up.
To be honest, it all gets me fucked up.
Fair enough.
You know, and if I'm gonna get there, I'd like it to be sweet and smooth on the way down, like me. Yeah, so tender, so sweet, so mild, so meek.
To me, it's like, well, I know there's a boy somewhere who thinks all those things about you.
Maybe multiple.
Ooh. That's because she's single.
Escandalo.
That's a single lady, y'all. That's a single. I can't even move in this damn chair. This is, I just feel like I'm confined. Oh my God.
Let's get into some things.
Okay.
So currently, whenever this drops, y'all know how we do. Whenever it drops, get into the conversation. That's when we felt like talking about it. But currently, there is a lot of conversation happening around Tyler, the Creator. And I wanted to talk about it because I think it's an interesting conversation regardless. Like, we can talk about him specifically, but we can also kind of, do the macro. So basically, as we know, my beloved D'Angelo passed on. That hit me. First of all, we have to take a moment there. Before we can even get into Tyler and his
you were just
things,
on the internet screaming upper butt.
Yeah.
You were just on the internet.
D'Angelo is like, oh my gosh, like that shit really, I was so sick when I read Mark Lamont's fucking tweet.
So I seen it as soon as I got off the flight. Like it came out, what was that, the morning I got to Atlanta? And it was like, I saw Mark Lamont's tweet By the way, I'm also triggered by the word sucker. Not weird. I saw the tweet like 20 minutes after he made it. And I made my video on the plane. I'm like, I don't know how true this is because Mark Lamont literally said, my sources have told me that he was the first one that I seen drop it. And it was so shocking because D'Angelo was so young. Isn't it interesting? It's like, if you're living, then you're old, but if you die that age, then you're young. Because it's like he was like 51, somewhere in there, and it's like, oh, you an old head. But then if you die at 51, it's like, oh, he's so young.
Oh, he's so young. He's had so much life.
But he really was so young.
Yeah, and like, just in the music space, D'Angelo, and I've said this before, D'Angelo is your favorite singer's favorite singer.
Exactly.
He is very much one of those people in music that was a real music head. It wasn't just about the facade. It wasn't about the brand. It wasn't about the celebrity. It was all about the instrument of his voice and them chords and him on that piano and that guitar. He was a real musician. And it was just like, fuck, like his music is so good. But more than that, like he was a composer. And I think that that's like, a lot of people don't do that. And so he was
We've had conversations about that.
Yeah, he was very rare and he was very good. That was a good man. That was a good man. And so I hope that now, you know, I know there's people out there who are not familiar with him. I hope y'all familiarize yourself.
I actually like when someone passes and then it's like, we all listen to their music and by default, a whole group of people who otherwise would not have put onto their music list it. And people act like, oh, y'all wasn't listening to him when he was. It's like, but they didn't know. And now that they do know, they're like trying to appreciate it. Yes. Why are you mad at that? Yeah.
And you should know him. No shade. Like, and again, sometimes you can't help what you know or what you don't know. So I'm telling you now, if this is your first time hearing of D'Angelo and you were not hip to his music, you absolutely need to go listen because not even just for the sake of listening and loving his music, but to know references and to know that these young kids, okay, it comes from somewhere.
So many prayers and positive energy out to him and Angie Stone's son. I know this is rough
like
for that
fuck
baby.
1 year. My God.
In the same year, that's a tough situation.
Yeah.
Prayers up to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Truly. Honestly, all D'Angelo's kids, but
no, literally,
specifically
everybody
the one who lost his mama this year.
And everybody in the music industry, like I already know they're touched. So like, just sending my thoughts, my peace and positivity and healing over this grieving time. Because fuck, we lost another great.
On to what came of that, because everything is a domino cause and effect.
Yes.
Like a lot of Black people, Tyler the Creator said a rest in peace. Obligatory.
It was a real deep message.
You know, the thing about Tyler, as nutty as he is, I do believe he has always cared about the music. To your
for
point
sure.
He's a music head.
So before we get into this, I do have to give a disclaimer.
Yes.
I love Tyler the Creator.
And I also want to give a disclaimer. Y'all have kicked me out the Black community this week. I don't know when this is going to drop, but this week I got kicked out the Black community. It's cool. I made my profile picture on Twitter, Rachel Does Al, so we know the vibes. When we talk about Tyler, I want to talk about like California culture and Blackness in California, because that's a piece that I haven't seen touched on that is absolutely playing into what the fuck is going on. But yeah, I enjoy, especially these like I would say his adult music. I listened to Tyler when I was in high school. I used to get in trouble because of the crazy shit Tyler would say that my mom would hear coming from my room. But as an adult, with him being more instrumental with the music, these last two projects have been
yes.
So I want to say that.
Also, now I'm gonna do my best to be unbiased, but you can't always take biases out, right? Yeah. So I love Tyler the Creator, but specifically, I did not listen to Tyler the Creator growing up. I knew people who did. I did not like those people who did. I'm the type of person that if I don't like you as a person, the things that you like, I don't want to engage in.
And that makes sense.
And so the annoying people that I went to high school with really loved Tyler. So I was like, repent, Tyler. I will never. And that was with a lot of things. So as I got older and he kind of switched over his sound and kind of started to mature and really kind of step into who he is as an adult, I really like jumped in and I was like, he's really good. Like, first of all, the nigga be spitting. My God.
He's always been a spitter, but there was this, I can barely move in this chair, y'all, okay? there was this contingency, especially, I'm not a kid in California right now, but especially when we were growing up, Tumblr era, of black kids in California who wanted to be different, because y'all think it's niggas in California, but in the reality is we are less than 5% of California. Right. Okay, so let's start it right there. The schools you go to are integrated. Now, Tyler he's not even from the suburbs.
Yeah, he's from the hood.
Tyler's from the hood. He's from the area where most black kids are. But then you think LA is so gentrified that one block's the hood, the next block is Rodeo Drive. Like that shit is, I mean, when you saw it when we were there, like it's very trenchy, not trenchy. So growing up in that environment where you're constantly having heavy anti-blackness all around you. I told TikTok, I went to the club with my cousins and brothers this past week, and there was a sign that said no boots. Well, we watched them let a white man with Doc Martens on. Fucking
a boot.
Cowboy boots. A boot. When my brother and cousin walk up, black men with dreadlocks, they have on Timbs.
A nigga.
Now you can't get in because there's no boots. I'm like, but I just seen. So it's a lot of that type of stuff. And so there was this point where anti-blackness as a joke was cool. That doesn't make it okay, especially anti-blackness amongst black kids. If you remember the Odd Future Boys, it wasn't really, they had non-black people in that group, but it was mostly black boys being silly, doing stupid shit.
Yes.
And so it appealed to racist white teens, but in itself was like that weird microcosm of like California blackness.
I'm like, figuring it
like
out.
We're trolling each other. You're a nigger.
Yeah.
You know, like that type of thing that obviously rolled out into like this whole thing. But those type of boys were not just Tyler and his friends. Those type of boys could be found all over high schools in California.
And not just California, that's what I'm saying. Like it was, it touched everywhere. I think also you touched on it, like the suburbianness of it all, because I was in the suburbs during that era where the high school was not like OD mostly white, but it was mostly white. The staff was mostly white. It was generally a white area. It just so happened that 30% of the students were black because a lot of black people were moving to the area around that time. So when you even though we had a good number of black people, we had enough black people in that school for me to feel comfortable, but I didn't feel comfortable because it wasn't all the same type of black people. Catch what I'm saying? Yeah. There were different groups of blacks within my high school. There was the blacks who only hung out with white folks. I'm talking about they would play their sports and they would date their white girls. They would do the things to their hair that was questionable. They would listen to things that was questionable. You know what I mean? There was a certain, it was a vibe. You know, they would wear their, the shells around their necks, the Sperry's.
And you know what I hated? I hate that I love a shell around the neck. I enjoy
it. Was an indicator in that time.
It was an indicator. And also to add to your point, I think that at the beginning of the early 2010s, you're also, as a former troll, that's why I do the internet so well. You're also seeing the rise and the creation of troll culture.
That was literally like we invented this shit.
We see all this. We created this.
We created this. So, y'all don't know how to troll properly. That's a whole other conversation. Let's table troll culture because I actually want to get into that. We haven't even gotten to
Tyler is troll culture.
We haven't even gotten to the meat and the potatoes. Right. So let me boom.
Okay.
So D'Angelo passed away. And Tyler said, fuck, this hit me. And he, of course, posted on it on Instagram. He left a very long comment, basically just talking about how much D'Angelo influenced his sound, how much he means to him as a black person, specifically a black person in music, blah, blah, blah. His white fans who have been with him for the beginning of his era, because I guarantee you now, let me just say this, if Tyler's career started in 2018, he would not have the white fans he has today. That's important to know. So the white fans that he grabbed along the way from his career were in his comments doing the fucking modes, being very racist, being very weird. Yeah. And he starts kind of going off on them. And that created conversations on the internet from black people saying, well, no, nigga. You used to be on them chat rooms showing feet.
You know, and did. But that's the whole thing. Him and Doja are the ultimate trolls to the point where you troll. It's what was that? It's the transmaxing of it all.
Yes.
We're getting into the origins.
The black side of that.
Side of transmaxing.
Yes.
It's the origins of like, how hard can I troll? What's the worst thing I can say? And that is what Odd Future was.
Yes.
Because in itself, Odd Future is incredibly black. If you look at all the boys from Odd Future, they've gone on into black sectors because it was never about, I don't think, actually hating being black. It was about the trans black maxing.
And I was gonna say, and I wanna
like, you get what
I wanna preface this by saying, I know this sounds fucking stupid.
This
but
sounds crazy, but so does trans maxing.
The point. Like
it's
that's
insane.
kind of the point. In that era, trolling was a part of the internet that spawned out of this idea of, I'm misunderstood. And because I'm misunderstood, I'm gonna be extremely misunderstood. And that is gonna make me seem cool because I'm so stupid that I'm smart because I'm being stupid to make you laugh. And so I'm really the smart one because I made a joke that's odd and weird and quirky and That
like,
was a
you,
thing.
In the midst of this level of trolling, them niggas gave us, we are light skinned. And that's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. We reference it to this day.
Yes.
Like, they clearly were rooted in black culture, but like this, it was a lot. And again, to your point, there were several times when I had Tyler playing or my mom saw something, I would get in trouble because my mom would be like, what the fuck is this young man?
It was ridiculous.
And if we take it back to Free Earl's ass got in trouble. First of all, Earl's daddy is some type of civil rights person.
They said, hold the fuck on. Now, you didn't play it too goddamn much.
Earl's
and
ass
they
got
grabbed
sent
that,
to
they jacked
school.
that nigga up.
That whole Free Earl movement was because at the time that they were doing it, they were still teenagers.
Yes.
They parents
and that's an important part too.
That's also an important part.
Y'all are acting like, now again, okay, pause. Before y'all get into the anti-black
we get it
claims of us. We are explaining the lore. We are giving you the lore. And I don't want it to come across as though we are excusing any of the ridiculous things that happened and was said around the time. I know a lot of people were not there live time. And so I feel like we're giving a lot of explanations for how all of that came to be. Because you're not giving a proper critique unless you do that.
You have context. I actually made a TikTok about this when some of Amaya and Nick's stuff was coming up during Love Island, and it was stuff from the early 2010s, and it was light skin, dark skin, it was da-da-da, and I had just said, y'all sitting here acting holier than thou, when honestly, a lot of folks need to go and scrub their Twitters, scrub their Facebooks. I myself had stuff, because I mean, outside of Facebook, everything else has been deleted, but my Facebook I have had since I was 12 years old. It be stuff that coming up from 2010, bitch, delete.
Like,
whoa.
I can't,
and
I don't know what to say.
The thing is, you have to delete it because there's no excusing it. I'm not excusing what I said, but I also understand I was 14 years old and on some fuck shit and stupid. I'm gonna be 30. Of course I don't think the same. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
A lot of y'all need to go clean your fucking Twitters. I'll say it again because you do understand the time we came from.
You probably don't even remember saying it.
You don't remember saying it.
Like most people don't. Like it is what it is. So yeah, around that time, that was kind of like the thing that was happening. And I think a lot of people were like, well, nah, Tyler, don't be trying to be cool now, nigga. You was just with the coonery. You was just with the coonery.
Some of that
and
shit
wasn't.
Let me tell you, and this is how I know it's like times are constantly changing. Because I mean, we talk about this all the time. The talk we got from our college administration in 2014 is a very different talk that girls get now. But in real time, it doesn't seem egregious, right? So there were some of those tweets that I was reading that I said, God damn, fuck.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like, at some point I've always seen his tweets. Like we were there, right? Live time.
Yeah.
Reading them back at almost 30
is like
seeing that it says 2010 and 2011, and this is not right, but I'm reading it like, fuck, we were insane at that time. That was such a insane time. Like y'all just have no idea. 2009 to 2014 Twitter was gutter, but in the most ridiculous way.
Oftentimes I think about the people on Twitter who act like holier than thou. I feel like they were the biggest people like that because things like light skin, dark skin wars, heavy racism, heavy colorism, heavy, like that is what built the app Twitter.
Yes.
Those are when you think of the King Batches. King Batch, we know his name for a reason though. Y'all were watching it. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing some of the stuff that Tyler did that I was like, whoa, not cool.
Nigga.
Like, I remember in real time being like, too far, man. But then some of the stuff I would be like, ha, 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 ha. And it's just a matter of like but I can acknowledge that like this is what's popular. And it was popular for a reason.
It was.
And as time has gone on, we have educated ourselves. We become better. Just like if we're talking about women, Me Too, we've become better. We hold each other accountable. And that's the attitude I do think that we should take. I absolutely do think things said before the age of 17, not that it should be deleted because, like, you know, let's be serious, but let that man apologize. Let him come to us on his knees.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think it's interesting because, so here's the part B to the conversation, or I guess a part B question, and we can answer it. At what point do we as a community allow for growth? And do we allow for growth? Because I think, I don't know for sure if Tyler has apologized for that error. I don't know if he's actually named an apology. However, the way in which he maneuvers and moves through music now, the music that he puts out now, the way he engages in media now, the things that he has said out loud about some of his fucking weird, crazy ass fans, tells me that he has matured and grown. I do think an apology would absolutely
have to do
help, especially now.
Apology, yeah.
But my question is, again, when do we accept those? Because if I'm being honest, I think that if he was to give an apology, say he apologized at the top of the year before all of this happened, I think this would have still happened. Because I do
absolutely.
think that we as a community are like,
No.
Oh, bitch, you think you can grow and change? No.
Especially with the vitriol of some of the shit that he said. I'm not surprised people are upset. Especially, you have to remember there are also a contingency of adults on the internet now who are full-grown adults who were not there, who you're not going to make it make sense to, who are not going to get it.
Yeah.
Like, the youngest people in the club at this point were born in 2004? It's about to be 2005. Yeah, you're not gonna make them understand early 2010s culture. It's just they're like, bitch, you bitches are crazy. Yeah. Which, you're right. You know, I'm not here to say you're wrong.
And in the same way that we don't understand the shit that happened in our parents' era.
When
they try to explain it, I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You used to be, Brooklyn used to be, da-da-da.
So
you're bragging about being a crackbaby?
It's always, so again, it's like we have to, I don't know. It's so weird because I don't have the answers.
No,
I really don't. It's like I can't even be mad at people still saying fuck Tyler because of some of the egregious things he said. And the thing is, but I also know that Tyler also knows he says some egregious things. Yeah. And I think that he is doing his best to right his wrongs in his own way through the music and because if you watch some of his more recent interviews, you can tell he got his head on. It's a little bit more screwed.
I mean, also, let's not forget them boys were on drugs. The babies don't know this. YouTube don't even allow you to post shit like this. Them niggas put all them drugs in the blender, drank them, and were tripping to the skate park. Remember, was it Earl whose nipple started? Like, that might have been the video that got Earl sent off.
Had to be. They were not
not okay. They were on, like, actual drugs.
Yes.
That's like
a cocktail of them.
Like, it's so much shit with them niggas specifically. It's so much.
Yeah.
But I don't think, PR, a little spin it, before the spin it. I don't think if he apologizes exactly at this moment, it's going to do anything.
He should wait.
Absolutely.
I think
if he does it now, he's going to be met with a barrage of,
and they're going to be like, oh, you just want to,
and I think what he should do, because he hasn't outright came out and apologized, but over at least the last 5 to 6 years from what I've seen of him, it's been a very clear, like, frontal lobe clicked, and then he was like, his project showed, like, his progression.
Yeah.
He don't really be having a whole bunch of white folks even in his shit no more.
Yeah.
He got mad when and this is how you know
he became so irritated.
To your point about if he had came out in 2018, the white fans would not be the same.
Yeah.
When he made that mask on the last album, white people from 2018 up would not have thought it was okay to make that mask because you made them feel comfortable in trolling black people because that was your brand at one point. They wouldn't have made them blackface ass masks. And now we on TikTok talking about it because a black person with no context is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they looking at you like, what the fuck? So now you looking at your fans like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So it's like this whole situation of he should wait, but I do think in his apology, he should cite his growth through the music.
Here's what I think would be really dope. This is something I think would benefit not just Tyler, but a lot of different people who have been within this weird transition of media spaces. And I think it would really, really be dope with Tyler. And there's been rumors, or I guess people have wanted this for a while. I would love a documentary specifically talking about Odd Future, because if you also look back in how Odd Future has kind of separated and done their own thing now, they're all so successful in their own way. Yeah. Like Earl's album that just dropped not too long ago was really good, and he got a lot of praise for it, and it's just about his growth and all of those things in general. So it's like, I think that an Odd Future documentary would be so dope, because I think also for the fans who are our age, who grew up with them and who are now able to see them as adults, fully actualized adults, and doing the media that I think that they always kind of really wanted to do in that art form, to see a documentary and be raw and truthful
and address everything.
Because really talk about the jackassness of it all.
Because they were black jackass. They were black jackass.
Right. Because look at Steve-O now. Sober, alive, and he talks about how that shit was fucking crazy. Yeah. But now it's like people don't look at Jackie, what?
Steve-O, not Jackie O, child, not Jackie.
Jackie O is crazy. People don't look at him now and be like, oh, you fucking, degenerate. It's like, damn, baby, you still here? Because some of them didn't make it.
On God, I don't even think all Future Boys ain't even make it. Yeah, let's get and that's a good PR spin, Jamila. Let's get into we was on drugs.
That's an authentic, and it's not even like fake. It's real. It's authentic, because I don't think that it even needs to be necessarily an apology, right? Because you don't owe. Now, this is just my honest opinion. When you do some stupid shit in your life that was centered around you and just saying a whole bunch of bullshit, but you didn't actually do shit. Yeah. I don't really think that you necessarily owe the world an apology. I think that you owe yourself some grace, but I also think you need to figure out a way to address it. So I think that they can address it without necessarily feeling like they have to apologize. So I think an apology at this point will feel inauthentic and weird.
That's what I'm saying. If he apologized right now, it would be like an iMessage iOS press.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I called you guys niggers. That's not gonna land. Versus, let's show what really happened. Yeah. Show all the nitty gritty between Odd and Odd Future. Show the fights. Show the shit that we never even knew happened.
Show us Earl's mama cussing y'all out because y'all did have them white fans harassing her ass when she sent her son to boarding school because y'all was on that bullshit on YouTube doing them drugs in that blender. Because show all of that. The thing is, again, he's an age mate. We watched it happen in real time. I know he thinks this shit is crazy because I'm like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Just like we were saying yesterday, well, when we were filming one of our, and the black mama in me came out, it's like, the way I'm thinking now is not how I thought 10 years ago. Like, I have to think as an adult. Like, I have to be serious.
Like, not even a little bit. So I think that would be really good. Tyler, I would love to produce it and direct it. Call me. I can get your number.
Open invite.
But not even just on the PR apology tip, because fuck that. Just on that's a story that needs to be told.
I would love, like,
are you kidding me?
And I feel like our, nostalgia is going to sell for every generation, and we're seeing it with ours. 2016 becoming a costume, my culture becoming a costume is fucking nuts, right? But like, taking people back to that point in high school, that's like, whoa.
That's such an untapped
I know y'all ain't
era.
thought about that. And these tweets are bringing up a lot of shit that I know you ain't thought about. You really haven't. Bitch, what the fuck I'm thinking about 2010 for?
Exactly. And that's such a era of time that hasn't been tapped in yet because it's still
and
so
King Kylie,
new.
You missing the pedophile and the king. It was Tyga. Again, if we get into the problematicness of the early 2010s,
and it was right there.
You had a grown ass man leave his grown ass baby mother for a teenager. Her family co-signed it, and they made it pop. They called it King Kylie because Tyga's whole brand was King. That's why the baby named King Cairo.
Bringing her into the black spaces
with that yaki ponytail. It was all a mess, y'all. It was a goddamn mess.
Y'all.
How do y'all think the
had to be
Kardashians
there.
were able to thrive? The early 2010s, the culture of like trolling and blackness being like commodified and like this whole thing, and everybody participated in, both black and white people participated in. That's the point. And it's hard to
We
explain.
allowed a lot of shit. And that's the thing. Like, we have to be honest with ourselves.
Not me, because I was a kid.
And I never allowed that shit because I've always been a
adults.
revolutionary. One thing about me, I never partaked in that King Cali bullshit.
No shade, Weezy. You allowed a lot of shit.
Listen, but we as a community, as a black community, we have to hold ourselves responsible as well for a lot of the things that we as a community allowed to happen. We allowed a lot of shit to happen because
y'all allowed Drake to be light skinned. He's mixed.
we were participating in
now
it.
Now you're calling me biracial. I'm not biracial. So much shit comes from that era. We need a whole document. Remember how MTV used to do the I love the 80s, and then they would go an hour on year by year. We need one. We need it actually done by BET because we need the things that we're talking about.
And we need people who were there and who are participants in those subset cultures, because there was a lot of things that were birthed out of that era. And we need people who were there in the knit and the grit of it all. But yeah, niggas. We participate in a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
We participate in a lot of anti-blackness that allow for these white folks to feel so comfortable. And I will tell you this. Let me tell you this about an awakening that our black community had. It was 2012 when Trayvon Martin was killed.
No. You can cite the turning point in like wokeness, and I don't mean it derogatory, but just people literally waking up and being like, yo, this shit's not funny. Because the way that this, again, I age myself. I found out about Trayvon Martin on Media Takeout. That is an old school blog. And they used to have, it was like a web page. It was like a picture. And they used to be on the ground with shit. Someone had posted crime scene pictures. And I remember being so like, what?
Yeah.
And watching how white people reacted to that situation.
It shook a lot of people. And I will never forget it, because when I was in high school, when I was in middle school and high school, I was very on the other side of things. Because like I told you, I was always a revolutionary, okay? My father told me crackers ain't shit from birth. I just knew that. And I had that in me. And I was always very hyper aware of shit. But it always felt like I was not, I want to say like, oh, I was just so different. Like, ugh. But I really was. Like, a lot of people were not thinking that deeply into things because we were kids, right?
Yeah.
I remember being the odd person out by calling shit out for being racist. I would call niggas out for being fucking coons and letting folks say nigga. I would call people out all the time. And it was always looked at as like, Jamila, chill, it's not that fucking deep. And it always was. I will never forget when that shit happened with Trayvon Martin, specifically the trial. And of course, things that would happen in the news, we would come to school, talk about it, but more so on the front of our parents were talking about it.
Yeah.
But it would never be that serious. That was something very serious. I will never forget this bitch named Morgan, white bitch named Morgan, tweeted something along the lines of Trayvon deserved it. When that bitch came to school, all the niggas said, wait, now hold on. And it was crazy because it was niggas that I knew were coons. I was like, hey, the coons are having a turning point.
No. But
yes.
that was a turning point, because I think that's the moment everyone realized like you're black.
Yeah.
That's the moment it was like, it really doesn't matter what type of nigga you are, still nigga.
Yes. It literally clicked for them. And I was like,
because if you remember when white people was being Trayvon with the hoodies and the Skittles in Arizona to be funny, and it was like, y'all are mocking a young man who was quite literally minding his business, walking to his mama house. Some fuck ass man in the neighborhood said, you're not supposed to be here. You walk into your mama house from getting a snack. Like, and he was a year older than us. So I constantly think about, damn, Trayvon's somebody I think about a lot because he was our age. Jordan Davis, he was killed in like a similar time frame for having his music up too loud.
Tamir Rice too. He was a baby.
Tamir Rice was a baby.
Yeah.
Was a goddamn 12-year-old. Philando Castile. It was like happening concession. And then Sandra Bland Sandra Bland was in the midst of that. But Sandra Bland died at 28 or 29. Maybe it was 29 because of this past year. And I was like, damn, we turned 29 this year. I can't imagine that happened to me like now.
It was just so many things happening. And so when that happened, a lot of black people, and it was it's like I can picture all of this. It's like I can almost see a map in my head or like a calendar in my head of dates and years. And it's like I can see the waves of like progression in our social awakening. Because I can even see with my own friends, like, because I've always been the woke friend in that sense. But now versus in high school, I'm watching people's wokeness change or whatever. And so that was like a pivotal point. And it was more so like a wake-up call, like, oh shit, like y'all are racist. And it was like, right, like I said, because they thought if we're all keying together, if we're all cool, like, nah, they're not racist because we do this. So you don't hear what they saying?
My god sisters are half white, and so whenever we go see them, like, they have a good contingency of white friends and white people who be around them. And around that time, my godmother, who's white, that's when Darrington started growing out his dreads. And this is in high school. This is when all this going on. She was, no. You cannot. Lindy, don't let him grow his hair out. Don't let him. Like, she was, I remember it was like a thing because she was very concerned. That's number one. Number two, they had something at their house. And one thing about my mom and her friends, they get crunk, right? But obviously, my mom is my godmom's friend. My godmom's friends are there. These are white women. And one of them let it slip. Like, we're just all in a group. Kids are around. We're in high school. My god sisters are passing. I think they would be considered passing. She basically said, I'm so glad you guys don't look black. And I also think that was like another revolutionary moment for me, as in, y'all know what the fuck y'all be doing. Y'all know what the fuck y'all be doing because you drunk as out your mind in front of some black kids.
And getting comfortable.
Getting comfortable telling these little girls that you're glad, so glad you don't look black. Bitch, after that I said, and fuck white people. And I never looked back. That was like right. I think that was like my freshman year in Hampton. It was either right before Hampton. It was such a map for me. Like, I was always kind of on that because my parents were always on that. But then there was always this sense of like, we're still in California. We still have to mix. We still have to do all this. But after that, I said, oh wow, we're saying the quiet part out loud. Cool.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. This wave of like things were cool. A lot of people were like cohabitating, right? A lot of people played around together. People played sports. Everybody was cool. But then there was a moment in time and something happened, and then things were kind of like tense. Like, wait, what's going on? We're different. We're different, you and I. And then things kind of get peaceful again. But then something else happens 2020. And it's like, that entire timeline has happened before. I specifically remember talking to my dad. I'm like, bro, like, obviously I know, I mean, nigga, you was born in 61.
Yeah.
I know that you experienced racism, but what was it like just throughout the years? Was it similar? Was it worse? And from his explanation, it was a very similar experience. There would be years that would go by where it seemed like, obviously we know that racism exists. That's a thing, right? It's kind of like just just a cloud, right?
Yeah.
But then there would be moments of like, kumbaya. Like, you don't really notice it. Everybody's partying together.
Color.
Then a thing would happen that would remind you, and then it creates this tension. Rodney King. That's the situation.
Can't we all just get along?
Those little pivotal moments that happen where it kind of just, it almost just turns the mirror to everybody. Like,
O.J. Simpson was that
changed.
as well. Keep it a stack. He absolutely killed that white woman. But he absolutely did that shit. But there was a sense, I'm just telling you what my mama had told me.
Well, shit, y'all done
white people had got away with killing so many black people.
Let us get away with
was
one.
Like, we got this one.
We got this one. And
again, saying it out loud, it sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy.
Unless you're there in that microcosm of time, you're really not going to get it. Because the people who were there, it makes sense to well, they didn't lynched us for years. Shit.
And that's really what happened. They were literally, and it's going to keep happening. There's going to be waves. There's going to be waves of things seem relatively peaceful right now, right? Of course, there's things going on behind closed doors. Of course, there's always going to be the systems in play. But there's going to be times where it seems as though a lot of communities are intermingling and it's relatively calm. And there's going to be a pivotal situation that changes the trajectory for the next couple of years. And I think what's unique about this time is we've had a lot of instances back to back to back. And it's almost like we haven't been able to get back to a level of calmness, honestly, since 2012. It's been a steady incline of ridiculousness up until now. And that's over 10 years of bullshit.
I also think because it's not just the microcosm of like racism. You have like homophobia, you have transphobia, you have classism, you have elitism. Like, we have a lot of different octopus legs going on right now, because it could be said that y'all absolutely tried to start a race war with the death of Charlie Kirk.
Well, yes, and still are trying.
And because then people got on TikTok and told us about transmaxing, it's like, well, I wasn't first anyway. You see? So it's like you have different stuff going on.
And on top of that, we as a community, as people, are growing in consciousness. So it's not, because all of these isms, all of these phobias, all of these systems have been in place.
Oh, absolutely.
But now we're getting more education. We have more communication. We're in community with more people across the globe because of social media, being able to be exposed to all these different groups. So our consciousness is expanding, while also these systems are becoming even more strict. So it's kind of like we can't even ignore a lot of this shit no more, because now I'm over aware. I know exactly what the fuck is happening. And they also do a really bad job now of hiding it. They don't even fucking try no more.
Something, when you talk about systems becoming more strict, I was on Twitter, and by default, because we're TikTokers, and so we're used to TikTok community guidelines, which is incredibly strict, which is why we created things like I say N-word, we say unalived. And then sometimes you take that over to other platforms. And I remember I said something about unalived, and this girl called me, "It is killed. You are not making it as serious as it is." And I'm like, whoa, what'd you say fuck me for?
I was just trying to
systems are so strict that we've created like code, but then within that, people are mad at the code. It's like, well, we're just trying to operate within the system, baby. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
It's a constant swing.
It's a constant swing. So I guess the question again, because I don't think we answered it.
I forgot the question.
No, but we had to give so much context.
Yeah.
So, yes.
What was the question about Tyler?
The question, not even really about Tyler, just about anyone in general who has had a moment and they're trying to escape from that moment. What will it take for us as a community, or for you? We can answer for you.
Let me answer
what does it take for you to be like, maybe not even I forgive this person, but I'm allowing that person to grow to the point where I won't keep banging it over their head that they did this thing? What does that look like for you?
I also want to put out there, again, I enjoy Tyler the Creator's music, so I'm going to pretend as if I don't like Tyler. So someone I don't like. I'll probably never get off your neck. And I feel like that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of us. When you don't like someone, you're never going to get off their neck. It doesn't matter how long time, like how much time goes. I do think that the best Tyler can do, or anyone in Tyler's situation, I should say, is keep not doing the shit you were doing before. Because what happens, it sounds cliche that quote unquote time heals all. People forget. And I think our attention spans are so much shorter than they've ever been. People do shit every day, and it's the news cycles a day. Let this blow, let this pass over. Keep proving yourself and proving the opposite of what they think of you. And you'll see that people will come to your defense. Like, people will be like, well, hey, he ain't did that in 10, 15 years. Because I think a lot of people are stupid, but I don't think everyone is. And so what ends up happening is you have people coming to your defense, and a lot of people read comments, a lot of people to get their thought, and they'll read arguments. And if you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing, hey, shit, you still got people arguing for R. Kelly.
Yeah. So
he's doing all bad.
For me, it's one of those things where it's all contingency. It totally depends on the person, the thing that they did or said, how long it took, and what they did to correct the issue. I'm trying to think of somebody who has a good example of kind of correcting their wrongs, or just kind of moving on. Because sometimes it's not even about correcting. Sometimes it's literally just like moving on and doing things differently. But I don't have any examples at the top of my head. I'll keep thinking as I talk. But if someone did something egregious like an R. Kelly, for example, I'm going to use R. Kelly as an example.
It's an easy example.
The things that he did transcended conversation. He wasn't just talking about shit. He wasn't just a menace. He was actively harming children and women over the course of a few decades. And so for me, it's not even a conversation of, well, can't R. Kelly just apologize? Because at that point, who is he apologizing to? Me? Or is he apologizing to those victims? And again, it's on those victims to be able to say whether or not they feel like they want to accept that apology. It ain't for me to do.
Yeah.
And I think that as a woman, as a Black woman, as someone who has experienced sexual violence in that way,
no,
you lost me. And that sometimes is a thing. When you have a close proximity to a situation, you are going to feel way more close to that than someone who may not have that experience. So for me, with an R. Kelly situation, it's like, you where you at? And I'm gonna leave you right there. Mm-hmm. It obviously, when we're talking about artists who have media, right? Mm-hmm. Where, if I'm being honest, you cannot escape R. Kelly. And that's something that I need people to understand, because it's not just about his music. R. Kelly was a writer and composer in that way too. This nigga did a lot in the industry, so we can't escape him, right? Mm-hmm. I don't particularly care to engage in R. Kelly's music, specifically also because knowing that he wrote a lot of his specific music about the encounters he had with Aaliyah or other girls that were underage, it feels bad, if that makes sense. If I hear an R. Kelly song come on, that's where my mind goes. And that's why I can't listen to his music. And I think that that's important to say also, because it's not even just about a protest, right? Yeah. I'm not saying we will not listen to R. Kelly music because I will not give him any money. It's actually deeper than that for me. Mm-hmm. If I'm listening to a song that R. Kelly wrote, my mind immediately goes to, he raped a little girl. And that makes me feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to feel uncomfortable when I listen to music. Now, I also think it's important that we tell the whole story about somebody like R. Kelly, because I think sometimes when people are in their activist bag,
they start to serious, but it's me in this chair again.
A lot of people like
not
to
big booty friendly.
A lot of people like to skew history when they're trying to be in their activist bag because it makes them feel more righteous. You are not more righteous because you say that R. Kelly can't sing. That's a lie. You're fucking the conversation up.
And it's also a lie.
It's also a lie. Because now we're having a different conversation, right? Because now you're allowing people to kind of debate. No. We can be honest. Since R. Kelly was extremely talented, okay? R. Kelly was absolutely one of the best writers we had. Absolutely an incredible musician and producer and singer. And that's why it sucks so bad that so many people had to kind of let him go because he was in people's top 5, top 10s or whatever. Yeah. Yes, all of that is true. And I think by trying to be so fuck R. Kelly that you start lying is not helping.
It's like when people add dubs on a bad thing. Like, you know how when something bad happens?
Yes.
And then everyone creates like some weird ass worser
conspiracy theory. Literally.
Like, wait.
It was already bad.
It could just be bad. Like, it was bad. Like, you didn't have to add more bad shit to it. It was bad, full stop. Like,
exactly.
It's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I actually hate that because I feel like it takes away from the bad thing.
I do too.
From the initial bad thing. Why are you adding more?
We don't have to do that. And I think also understand me as a music person, as I every single day I got to listen to me some music, and I really, really enjoy music. And I think y'all need to hear me say this. R. Kelly was one of my favorite artists, right?
I did enjoy his Stepping in the Name of Love.
That man was and is very, very talented when it comes to writing music, melodies, harmonies, all the things. Mm-hmm. And it pisses me off to great lengths when I learned all the things that I learned about him.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, and it makes me feel so icky and uncomfortable to listen to him that I literally just really don't.
Yeah. And
that is so fucked up. And I think that y'all need to just be honest and say that. And I think sometimes people be like, oh, well, he couldn't even write anyway. He was illiterate.
Shut the fuck up. He wrote You Are Not Alone about the abortion that he made. What the hell he made that girl do? Shit. Something egregious and horrible and terrible. That's a wonderful song, and it's about some bullshit.
We don't have to do that, boo. You don't have to create these fake things to make it so that you be like, because then it's like, so in your mind, it's like, oh, well, it's easy for me to not listen to R. Kelly because he wasn't even that good.
You're lying.
What are we talking about?
Have you ever heard the remix to Ignition?
Are we talking about the shit that R. Kelly did, or are you trying to create this idea that R. Kelly wasn't talented? What conversation are you trying to fucking have, bitch? Because you're going to have a real conversation, have a real conversation. It's the same thing that happens when bitches be beefing, the rap beefs. We can say that Nicki Minaj last beef was as ridiculous as possible, but you're not about to sit here and say Nicki could never rap. Now we can't. Now we're not even having a real conversation.
We're not. But
the fuck y'all
in
talking
saying
about?
Nicki can't rap, she can. She's goated.
Like, what are we saying?
But it's also on the flip when they try and downplay the crimes of her husband. Like, y'all are just stupid. Just everything is everything. Call a spade a spade. The woman is goated. Her husband's a pedophile.
Let's be more honest about the entire conversation, because I think it gives validity to your point too.
Yes.
Because now I can take you seriously. Now I know, oh bitch, you know ball, as the young kids say. You know ball. We can chat.
I'm sorry. I need to correct myself. Her brother's a pedophile. Her husband's a rapist. You know, I don't want to say the wrong information. And bad, y'all.
That's not even alleged. That's documented.
Not, I don't have to say alleged. Both had convictions. Yeah. That's not alleged. That's the fact. Not allegedly.
Not.
Isn't that what Cardi said or somebody said? Not allegedly.
So, yeah, I guess to answer my own question, because one thing about it, we'll never get to the answer of the question.
We haven't answered the question yet.
I just don't know. It really is a case by case.
It depends. It depends.
It's
That's
a case
why I
by.
said.
I'll answer it for Tyler then. I'll answer for Tyler.
You like that's why I
like Tyler, and I also was not a fan of him when he was doing the fuck shit.
Cool.
So for me, Tyler, I already told you what I want to see from you. I want to see a documentary of Odd Future, and I want to see the transition that all the members had into their stage of their career now, but also what that meant for y'all as maturing. And all of that. I think that would be really dope to see, because sometimes people try to shy away from the bullshit that they did. And sometimes it does a lot of good to just show, like, no, we were really fucking stupid and we did a lot of dumbass shit. And now we don't do dumb shit anymore. And now we grow and now we learn and da-da-da. And I think that if you continue on this path of basically letting your white fans know that you're not my core and you're not who I'm making this art for, and so you need to act accordingly. And I think if you keep with that mindset, I think you'll be okay. It's not in a sense of I feel like I am owed an apology necessarily. I do think that people would like to see an apology from you, just to kind of show that acknowledgement. I don't think it would hurt you, but I do think it needs to be authentic, and I think you need to mean it, and I think people need to hear it from your mouth and not write it. Sidebar, y'all need to stop writing those apologies on your notes.
It's a joke at this point.
I don't know what PR agency told y'all that made sense.
I also don't know if I like the selfie video apology.
Right.
I also don't take that seriously.
I don't
it's
either.
Like, you propped your camera up, you're reading a script. This is not real. I like what we're talking about. I like embed the apology somewhere in the next interview. Embed the apology somewhere in the art form. Embed the apology somewhere where we're clearly catching it.
Yes.
But like, it's not so
forced.
Yeah, forced.
And the thing is, y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever apologized for something before. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know if y'all ever, maybe y'all don't do apologies often. But when it's time to apologize, there's things that you say in the apology that's not all about, hey, I'm sorry, right? Because if I accidentally bump into somebody, that's, oh, my bad, quick, I'm sorry, right? Because that's all it needed. But if I fuck someone's husband, maybe an I'm sorry is not enough. Maybe you need to have...
What if you're not sorry for fucking the husband?
Well, then don't apologize.
And
I never said apologize for things you're not sorry for.
Don't apologize for things you are not sorry for.
You can give clarity.
You said, oh my God, fuck that bitch. And I fucked her husband. And I fucked her husband because I did not like her. I'm getting real. Girl? Yes. I'm sorry. And she's been quiet because she went to jail. That's like one of my TikTok sides that I have to.
I don't know anything about them people. And I don't even care to know. We have to talk about
that on Patreon. Because I have to explain the whole thing.
But yeah.
Also, what I love about Ariana Grande, Elizabeth Taylor, if you're going to be that, then lean into it. I hate a bitch who
shies away,
plays the
oh
victim.
no, I'm not that.
That's not who I am. No, that's absolutely who you are, beloved.
Yeah,
Lean
be
into
who
it.
you are in all facets of it, and you'll be fine.
Love
And
yourself.
in your apology, you can, like she said, it doesn't have to be, because this is what you guys don't do. Hey guys, so I know that you guys read my tweets where I called everybody big, fat, ugly black bitches. I now know that was wrong, and I should not have called you guys dirty sluts. I just want to apologize for my words. I'm learning, and I'm growing, and I am holding myself accountable, and I hope that you can take this apology and allow me to learn and grow.
You're not wearing
I'll be
any
better.
jade or a shirt that says empath on it.
You're going too deep. These people don't know what the fuck you're talking.
I think they do. Did y'all
Shout
see
out
the
to my
video?
Love Island watchers.
See the video of her at the same party as Nicolandria, and she made her
No.
video during "Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me."
I can't stand a corny ass bitch on God.
Empath.
Corny ass shit. But yeah, you could do something like, come sit on the Unhinged and Immoral couch. We'll ask you the questions, and you can embed it there if you'd like.
Do you think our audience will want to see Sierra?
I'm not talking about that bitch.
Oh. I was going to say, because I'm going to be like, girl, why you doing all that?
I have nothing to talk to her about. And that's no shade, but like, girl, what the fuck? I got 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
And I could ask you that on TikTok.
In
And I
passing.
have. So,
Yeah.
fuck no. I just mean in general, anybody who,
Okay.
if you have some things you want to apologize for, let us be your space.
I apologize.
Is there anything you would like to apologize for?
I'd like to apologize on behalf of light-skinned women for all the egregious crimes and all the laughter. Because I, too, don't think light-skinned bitches should laugh.
Did you apologize for being light-skinned?
I did.
This reminds me of Cheetah Girls with Dorinda. She's like, would it be better if I was shrimpy and white?
Would it be better if I was shrimpy and white? Some of you guys already said I'm white. I've already been kicked out the black community. You guys can't do anything anymore to me.
Apologizing for being light-skinned is a very light-skinned thing to do. They will clock your tea on that. So,
Guys, all I need to do is be in like a dashiki when I do it. I'm going to do this again. And I'm be in a full African garb. Like a dashiki. I'm going to put my gele back on. Guys, this is Dr. What is the black lady sketch show? What's her name? Dr.
Go ahead and do it and let me know what happened.
I can't be no more than what's already been said.
Let me think. Do I have anything that I'd like to apologize for? No.
I'm sorry my mom isn't white.
I have no apologies. I lead with intention.
I'm sorry my dad isn't white.
There's nothing that I've said that I would want to take back. Nothing.
Everything I'm apologizing for is out of my control.
That's why you haven't seen an apology from me.
Yeah, no, a serious apology? Not at all.
No.
I don't have anything to say I'm sorry for. I stand on everything I did. Fuck niggas get money. I'm sorry I can't say that because I'm not black.
Let's spin it. All right, y'all. Let's get back to it. We're going to do our segment, Spin It, that you guys love so much. Are you going to introduce it?
Sorry, I was drinking my juice. Okay.
Get yourself together.
I was going to say there's hair on it.
Okay.
Just go. It's this fucking chair. Welcome to our segment, Spin It. This is where you guys send Jamila and I your low-down, gutter-snipe, messy-ass situations. Now, we are going to give you a little advice, but most importantly, we're going to put a PR spin on it. Remember, Jamila and I are not PR professionals. We just studied it in undergrad. Be sure to email your situations to @unhingedandimmoral pod at gmail.com. Don't forget to include your ages, your races, your sexuality, your political preferences. If you're a boy, say your height. It does matter. Jamila, what do we have this week?
Alrighty. The title of this is Need Some Big Sister Advice. Well, we got you, girl. I'd like to remain anonymous, queens.
Per.
Period. Wait, did I read this one? No, it didn't. Okay. Y'all just love to remain anonymous. That be y'all first thing y'all say. Don't say my name. Well, don't give it to me, baby.
Give us a fake name.
All right, boom. Hey, y'all. I'm a 19-year-old college student, corporate baddie. I'm doing very good for my age. I have an amazing job, co-op program, my own apartment. Wait, what is a co-op program?
I think a co-op is like like work and college.
Okay, period. Okay, good for you, girl. My own apartment, and I'm doing great in school. The only thing I feel like I'm lacking is the love department. Y'all always feel like y'all lacking a nigga. Me too. Now, let me preface this by saying I am a lesbian. Oh, gag me bad. Sorry, sister. Y'all always want a bitch. So the advice may need to be revised and tailored. I'm still fairly young, but I'm very much experienceless. A couple of failed situations here and there. The advice I'm seeking is, how do I date and have fun? How do I go about finding the bad biddies and creating a roster? I don't know if the roster life is for me or not, since I have experience having one, but I do know that I want to experience romantic experiences. I know with everything you want, you have to be intentional about it. How do I go about being intentional with what I want? Which would be romantic prospects and partners. Side note, I'm currently attending a community college, but will be transferring to a university this fall. I'm also interning in a dope-ass city this summer. I think this would be a perfect time to put myself out there, whatever that means. Okay, 19, college student, gay, wants a lover, wants to get into the romance things. It gives, my sister has never really tapped into that. It's giving possible virgin, maybe not. I'm not sure, didn't really give those details. What shall she do? She wants a roster. She wants some love.
I can tell you what I was doing at your age.
Beware.
That's why I feel like that's a beware. That's a beware.
Warning.
Warning.
Mecca advice.
Warning. Dating apps. Like, I was on them apps so fucking heavy at your age. The school that we went to at that time was in a plot of, like, it was a bunch of colleges in the area. So, and it was a military base. So there were a lot of prospects in the area. If you're moving to a big city, you might be in a similar situation. I don't want to all out tell you just to hop on the apps, though, because, you know, we've learned so much about dating apps in the last decade that I think we got to consider some things. Meet people at your school. Go to, like, mixers. I know we met a lot of boys at house parties. Like, there were, like, you know, you could, especially now, being LGBTQIA+, you have to get the whole mob, is more readily acceptable. Like, there are more situations and places to go to find people like yourself. I'm gonna assume that you're Black. So I be feeling like Black people, like, if you're going to a PWI, you're more likely to find, you won't have to seek out specifically, like, lesbian things. Like, you're gonna find it at, like, the Black things, because all the Black people are gonna congregate together. It's not gonna be a matter of sexuality, and then you'll do your break-offs. That was just my experience at a PWI, where it was like, all the Black people over here, and then we'll break off into, like, groups. So that's what I would say do, especially college age. I think that you should keep it to the college age. I don't think that you should be trying to talk to nobody 25 plus. Don't be talking to no grown-ass women's. Okay, I'm saying man. But them grown-ass bitches who be talking to them young-ass bitches, y'all is a problem, too. I'm going to get on y'all neck in a second. I'll let Jamila do hers. But I got y'all motherfucking number. Them old-ass studs be talking to them young-ass femmes, bitch. Y'all got me fucked up.
All right. What I would say is, it sounds to me, because you said love and you said romantic. So it sounds to me like you want a girlfriend, right? You want a relationship. And I think that you might need to slow down. And I say that because you don't have a lot of experience. And what's going to happen is, I know lesbians down. What's going to happen is you're going to get into that first relationship, it's going to be a whirlwind of trouble, because it's going to be the first bitch you see and the first bitch that liked you back. And you know lesbians move 10 times the speed of anybody else. Okay? And I'm trying to protect you from a heartbreak. Okay? That first lesbian heartbreak, you will never forget it. Ask around. I'm telling you, okay? So what I would say is, start off slow and start dating before you start trying to just jump into a relationship. You're 19. Girl, you ain't trying to get married, is you? You trying to have a kid and a life and a picket fence and a dog and a family? No, slow the fuck down. Date. And the way that you date in college, my God, it was so easy dating in college. That is the easiest place you can date because you're literally surrounded by kids, right? So when I say kids, I mean kids your age. Well, just preface. But yeah, go to events. But also, one thing about college, there is a organization for every group of people. They literally have gay organizations on campus if you're specifically trying to go to the gay congregation. And sometimes they even have black gay spaces. So look into the spaces, join organizations. That's always going to be one of my most things I say to college students who are looking to meet anybody. Join organizations. They have so many organizations that do so many different things, whether it's community service based, whether it's sisterhood based, whether it's this or fucking that, or dance groups and shit like that.
And you said you black? You could join a sorority.
30% of them bitches are bound to be gay. Unless you go SG Row, 65.
Jamila know what we talking about.
I'm just telling you. You want the numbers on your side or what? You know what I mean? There's so many different ways you can do that. Another way is the dormitory.
Listen.
I don't know what type of dorm you can have, but some dorms are really like community-based dorms. So you can kind of maneuver and maneugle and meet people and things like that.
Jamila and I remember our roommate? I'm just saying name, I'm still cool with her. Shout out to Your Highness. That young lady had bitches running through her room. My God, I've never seen anything like that.
She sure
be coming out the room as a new bitch.
Honestly, all of our little baby studs in Hampton, they were infamous,
treacherous,
and they had a great time freshman year.
and being the because like it was our room, and then directly across the hall, we used to hear things. And I'm not talking about like nasty things. I am talking about nasty things, but more so I'm talking about arguments in this moment. Wow, worse than any nigga. That's why when the girls be like, I'm finna leave niggas alone, go fuck with the girls. I don't know if you want to do that, baby.
Yeah, you sure?
Now,
the thing is, you didn't put any details as far as how you present, so I don't know if you're a mass presenting lesbian or a femme presenting lesbian or a little stemmy stem. I will say, and this is unfortunate, but it's just the truth of the math. If you are a stud or a stem, you're gonna have better luck finding bitches because they're gonna come to you. If you are a femme, and I know this again because I be in the lesbian conversations. You know that. You know that I have my ears to the streets. If you are a femme, you're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. And when I say aggressive, I mean seeking out
And that's why
lovers.
Them old-ass femmes be with them young-ass studs. I'm on y'all next, too.
And I wonder if you are into dating other femmes. Like, I want to know what your preference is because that also, determines what you're looking out for. But if you are a femme-presenting lesbian, sometimes you have to do a little bit more work. You need to go into those spaces. Year of age, boo, you can go to the gay bars. Go to them. The lesbian bars are a little bit more, from what I hear, the lesbian bars are way more lesbian centered. They're very focused on keeping the lesbian spaces lesbian versus the gay bars kind of be like everybody in the community. So go to a lesbian bar. You might find some people, but again, beware of their age because older people
can get
prey
predatory
on younger people.
I don't like when I see that. I don't like seeing that. I don't like them old ass women with them young ass women because it's still predatory. I'm not a fan of it. I hate it.
It absolutely is, and they know you a baby gay. Okay, baby gays get taken advantage of all the time because y'all are so new, fresh, and out, and so you just be like, I'm having fun. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm out, and they're gonna be like, yes, and they got your ass, and now look at you in a bad relationship with some random bitch. Don't do it. Take your time. You're going to have a good time. The joys of being 19 and in college. Seeking out love interest.
So much fun.
Yes, so much fun. That's such an easy problem. That's not
My
even a problem.
cousin used to be with a woman who had a lesbian bar. Well, she's bisexual, but she prefers women. And she used to date an older lady who had a lesbian bar. And I've never been to a lesbian bar. I've only been to gay clubs. But I did want to follow up your point. Lesbian bars do be lesbian-based.
Yes.
She was very serious about.
I was going to say, and some of them are very strict. They don't even want straight bitches in there.
I don't think it was
some of
that
them
strict.
Some of them are like that. They very much
probably
lesbian because, and from what I've heard, lesbian bars, they're not a lot of them.
There
and
isn't.
the gay men a lot of the times have more authority and power in the community, and so lesbian spaces
This is the same conversation she was having. I was saying this to be like the things that I was when they were together. her struggles she was talking about and why she was so passionate about keeping the bar lesbian only was more getting into like the politics of it all, not necessarily people.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of that.
Like,
yeah, and it's just like, no, like we want our spaces and we don't want them to be co-opted. And so I don't remember my point, but
no, you were just adding on to mine. But
I
was
think
just
I had
saying,
something else to say.
Shout out to the lesbian bars. I feel like the
Yes.
people who own lesbian bars aren't being assholes. They're very passionate.
No, yeah, they're
and
just trying to keep their spaces
sacred
and that's fine.
sacred and safe.
Same
for
way
their
I don't want
community.
y'all just bringing any old hoot and holler to a nigga space.
You know, I think
Keep my black space black, damn it.
I feel like
Segregation today, segregation tomorrow.
Segregation always.
Do you know who said that?
Was it Bull Connor?
I don't remember the name, but my dad was telling me, I think it was University of Alabama. The president of University of Alabama or something, segregation today, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. I say that all the time.
I've heard the
yeah.
clip.
I just say that all the time as a little cheeky fun. You know, one thing I love about being black, I can say things that you can't, Whitey.
You can.
And it feels fun. Like, I can make a segregation joke because we were victims.
If you're black, nothing for you. If you're white, nothing
Where
for
does that
you.
come from again?
African song.
I've seen that on Twitter.
Whitey, whitey.
I love being able to say all of our own
What's the
slurs
most
and
blackest thing that you're happy you can say because you're black?
Nigga.
Yeah.
I also put a hard ER on if I feel like it. Nigger.
Whoa, this has to go on YouTube, so relax. I don't
Sorry.
think you can say that on YouTube.
I've said it before on this platform.
I actually enjoy cracker.
Oh, crack it is, crack it
It's
that.
so old.
It's so old.
It's so, and when I was at my grandma's funeral around so many older black people, just, I'm like, the way you guys speak is just, it tickles the right part of my brain.
Yes. And I mean, it's funny because when I would say cracker back in the day, people thought it was so like extreme. And I'm like,
Cracker's
what
not
y'all
that bad.
don't know is this is so like, I grew up hearing cracker so casually that it didn't really dawn to me. And I wouldn't consider cracker a slur. Let me be very, very specific. It's not a slur. It's a nickname. But I didn't realize that like it was, I guess, risque language until I got older. I'm like, y'all would hate to see my family coming.
One thing about Southern blacks, they're gonna throw that word around, and
That is what
also
they call
how
it.
I know y'all throw the N word around.
Hello?
Because the way
Because if we cracking it up, y'all nigging it up.
you know what's also a word that I like that my daddy and them use? Broads. And it's they use
That's so
they
old
use
black.
broads like how niggas now use hoes.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, I think I prefer broads.
You want to be a broad?
If you know,
You want to be a broad or you want to be a hoe?
How was we talking yesterday when he was like, "What you the homeboy who bring the hoes, the homeboy with the hoes, the hoes," and instead of hoes, it'd be like the homeboy that bring the broads. The broad, it's like they're both not nice, but I don't know. Hoe seems like fuck. I'm a whore.
Every now and then I catch my dad, he slips into his like real old nigga bag and he'll say cat.
Oh, I love the cat. You're not. The thing is that
and it
whole
cracks me up. I be like, nigga, you know this cat. I was like, this cat. Fuck, you old ass black nigga.
At my granny's funeral, there was like my dad's cousins who all came dressed as pimps because like Bay Area like nigga culture. And something I like about that specific age group of niggas is they won't let it go. Like they're not gonna slip in and out because they never slipped out. Like cats, brothers over there.
My dad to this day calls black folks brother and sister.
Yeah.
Like he's very serious about it.
Brother.
He's very serious about brother and sister. You know, I was at a job. I said sister. It was a sister walking around. And he says it as, because he wants you to know that he's talking about a black lady. He says sister to let us, like, or he'll say cracker. My dad's description is like, it was a sister who walked in. Crazy fro. Like, he will literally describe black folks as brother and sister. You know that nigga was born in 61. You just know it immediately because of the way in which he describes folks. I'm trying to think of some other shit that they say.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I'm like, damn, I really be getting that from y'all. I'm like, I want to bring some of that shit back. I'm going to start saying brother and sister. But I say it, but not in the context. I say like sister, like just as girls, like
sister,
homegirl. Mm-hmm. But I do want to start saying brother and sister as brother in sister, black boy, black girl.
Black brother.
Hello.
You know.
Rest in peace. Fuck. Everybody's dead.
It's too much going on. You guys got to stop dying. I'm so serious.
No, literally.
Like, seriously.
We need a break of death.
People dying.
Nobody can die for at least a year. Yeah. Some people can.
The wrong people keep dying.
I will
leave
people.
It there.
What's some other black sayings? Black phrases, black words. There's so many.
Who did the body? I have to be honest. My grandmother looked beautiful, y'all. I'm going to keep talking about it. She literally, I had to pause on crying and was like, who did the body? Duggins? Shout out to Duggins Funeral Home. Like, dead the fuck. My grandmother was on ice for a month. We're really black. She looked beautiful. You guys are trying to make me white and I have like the blackest things going on, please.
On ice for a month.
She was. And I was very concerned. I would like dead the fuck. I was kind of scared. But she looked really good. They did the damn thing. Okay. Only thing I was I don't know why they didn't put gloves on her. Because her hands were black. She's my color. That was the only thing that I was like, no. But this because they wanted to put her rings on her with a bling. I said, again, niggas. I'm being, this is not even funny.
I know.
That's what happens when you're on ice for a month. Your body changes. Mm-hmm. But she had a bling on, girl. Bling, bling. Bitches is mad. Hey! Purr! Big lollipop! Gang member lollipop! She had the lanyards on.
Woo! Well,
this has been another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I am Mecca. Don't forget, Jamila usually says this, Patreon.
Yes. Make sure you guys join our Patreon. We have some really, really exciting things coming. We are shooting some new, really exclusive content for Patreon. $8 a month. It's not 10, but it ain't 5, which means you got it.
But we 8.
And I like to be like transparent with stuff like that only because sometimes people feel like we're just giving you money. I want y'all to understand that these are productions, right? The things that we're doing for this podcast is a full production, and because it's a production, we have a production crew that we have to pay. The Patreon is a way that we can pay our staff. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to give y'all our business, but just know this money goes to a good cause to pay for our production staff.
Broke off a bitch ass.
So it definitely does help, and we want to increase it so that we can pay everybody well, because one thing we want to do is make sure everyone is paid their fair share. Like, if you do work, you deserve to get paid for it, period. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely make sure you guys subscribe to the Patreon. You get other things too. It's not just for the fuck of it. Patreon, you get exclusive content, exclusive episodes that will never air to the main public. So it's Patreon only, right? You get early access to, as you saw, we had our live studio audience. Live studio audience got the tickets first. They're going to get first dibs on merch. Anything that's new that drops. By the way, we
sold out.
Yes.
Sold out.
So anything that we drop, you guys get first dibs on. We're working on having the episodes drop earlier on Patreon too. So again, if you're on Patreon, you'll have access to the episode before anybody else. Mm-hmm. So you get your money's worth for sure. Yeah.
I got something in my eye.
Okay. I'm trying to think if we have anything else dropping. We have a few, because this will be the first episode that drops in all these things.
Yeah.
We do have a few interviews lined up.
We
that
know y'all
really
are
good.
trying to beat our ass over interviews. Let us interview the people, and we promise, unlike before, we are filming and you won't just be inundated with just interviews.
Yes,
you will get a mix.
We're gonna blend it here and there,
you know.
But we do got some interviews on the way that we're excited about, and you're gonna watch them, and you're gonna love them. And they were really
fun to do.
Really good.
They were fun.
Like some of our best work. I fear.
I would say that last time.
I fear.
A lot of laughs, and y'all know that's how we measure our work. How much laughter is happening in the situation.
Yes.
We're laughing the whole time.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's pretty much all. Oh, also, I guess we can kind of tell them like just how the year is going to plan out, so you guys can know.
We should say this in the rest of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah, we should.
So just so you guys know what to expect, me and Mecca are filming our episodes for the year, right? Because we're in the last kick of the year, guys.
Last 2 months.
We're
Holiday
literally in
season.
the last kick of the year. So we are filming all of the episodes that we have for the year, and then we are going to go on a hiatus in the beginning of the year.
Yes.
You guys will not be shit our luck. We will re-release old episodes for you guys to tap into, but we will be absolutely going on hiatus. Jamila will be getting her boobs done. So I will need to recover from that. You know, I'm giving my mommy makeover. I decided, guys, I won't be getting liposuction anymore because I've been in the gym and I've been seeing that bitch go down on her own, and I'm going to save a little bit of coin. But I will be getting my tits done in the top of the year. So I will need to recover from that, but also we need to recover from working. We have not taken any time off. And so this is going to allow us to really just kind of rest, reset, and jump back in it. So yeah, you guys are getting fed. Trust and believe. We are doing so much work so that y'all can be fed. So yeah.
I don't really have anything to add to that. I told you guys I'm getting an arm lift, but I said that episode ago. So,
oh, I do have an announcement. November 14th, if you are in Atlanta, I will be hosting a concert by the title Ladies Night. Jalen Josie is headlining, and you already know who's going to be opening up. Audie. And if you don't know Audie, you absolutely do. She does the theme song to Unhinged and Immoral, and she's also the artist that I manage.
On the catwalk.
So, period. That's going to be really, really fun. I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a really, really dope, amazing show. It's going to be at Center Stage. If you know, you know. We made it, y'all. So make sure y'all get your tickets. They are on sale now. Ticketmaster, really official. So click the link in my bio, Audie's bio, Jalen bio, everybody bio, Poetry on Peter, Mayana, everybody.
shout out to St. Julian.
Yes.
We got us some liquor sponsors. I know from the Tucson episode, y'all. Y'all ain't got no water. Y'all ain't got no liquor. Y'all ain't got nothing. We've got all the things now.
Ding.
And we've got a tiny ass chair that my ass can't fit in.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.